Like what makes theirs different?
Okay, so what we're looking for, these are actually grown sustainably in wind-powered farms in the fjords of Norway. So the difference between this is there's no antibiotics, no growth hormones, no artificial coloring. Basically what you're looking for, it's nothing artificial. They're grown in low stocking densities. They're not being fed antibiotics. Instead, they're being given they actually live in these little tanks with something called lump suckers. Lump suckers, these like fatty little like blobby fish that come up and they eat any parasites that might happen to grow on the fish's skin. So actually, you ever eaten like an apple or something and found like a worm or something inside? That's actually extremely common. Most produce without insecticides is going to have like worms or bugs or something in it. Same thing with seafood. A lot of seafood is going to have parasites and worms. It's a normal part of it, and we kind of filter out before it comes out to you. Codfish is the worst. So what a lot of people do, just in the same way that it's a lot easier and a lot cheaper to grow produce with insecticides, just to blast it with insecticides, it's a lot easier and it's a lot cheaper to give fish antibiotics to control those things. These salmon live in tanks with lump suckers, these little fatty fish that actually live on the sea lice that might get attached to the salmon's skin and go into it. So it's more natural pest control is what you're looking for. All right, so now we've totally scaled it. It's safe to eat, ready to go. What we're looking for here is the head. Go at an angle with the head. If you can feel right here, there's a collarbone going right here. It's actually known as the fish collar, so if you ever want to make fish stew or something like that, a lot of people buy the heads of the collars. Go at an angle with it. Once again, you just feel that bone coming right this way. And then just straight through. It's going to come right off. There's his head. There's that nice, pretty pink color. A lot of people actually, it's usually pretty safe to eat fish raw. I prefer not to because I think it's kind of gross. Except for like sushi. Oh yeah, I mean I've seen like videos of like our producers that are making this stuff in Norway, and the way they test their fish for quality is they'll pull one out of the tank, go cut it up, and then just like eat a bite out of it right there on the table. That's not for me though. Okay. So, main way to do it, once you got the head off, so here's the spine bone running down there. Does everybody see that bone running down the middle right there? That's the spine bone. That's going to go all the way. What you want to do is rest your knife right on top of that, and then just run all the way down to the scale. Lift up the belly. Get it in there. Once you can feel it, it's right there. You're just basically running all the way down, just like that. As you're going, you want to kind of feel, it takes a minute to kind of get a feel for how it goes, but you just run your knife all the way down, and you want to kind of feel it grinding up right against that bone. You want to slide right against it, so you're not wasting any meat at all. Comes out looking like that. See, these are known as pin bones. These are part of the flesh that's going to stick to it. Here's the other side of the fish. That's still the backbone in it. That's what half a fish is going to look like. Coming right here, you want to take out all these rib bones right here. They're going to be running this way. You just take a knife, and once again, when you're looking for a knife, get something that's a little bit with a bend in it. That's going to make sure you can kind of run along the flesh of the fish without taking the big chunk out. Just slide it in, and comes right out. And then the way to feel for bones, you just go, remember how you go, the fish is swimming one way, so you scrape against the other. Just run your hand all the way down. You can feel any bones that are sticking out. And any of these pin bones that are right here, best way, take some tweezers, and they just pull straight out. So if you ever get a fish with bones in it, salmon, super easy. You just pull them straight out. Here's the fin. You want to trim that away. A little bit of fat. And then you're just kind of trimming away all the little bitty bits that just don't look very appetizing or might be a little bit tough and intimidating. Anyone want to give the other half a try? You want to try? Come on up. All right, come on around. What's your name, man? Ryan. Ryan. Nice to meet you. Blake. All right, let's get you some gloves. There you go.